Hello, everybody. How are you guys this evening? I have to get back to my channel here. Okay. There we go. Not too bad, K-Town. How are you? Hey, Eddie. How you doing, buddy? How's life treating you? We get a few people on tonight. I'm good. I'm good. Um, Getting ready to move. We just put the 120 up for sale. We're not really sure how that's going. So you know what? We're going to sell it, and not really sure what we're doing. Got thoughts and ideas. Never know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's the way it always is, right? And how are you, Vicky? Still sick. Doing better though. So it's just going to take a little while. Get around every little thing that got into my system there. I just happened to notice. I was like, oh, I'm going to get on the computer and have a look and see what's going on. And wow, nobody's streaming. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll throw one up. I'm, just last minute kind of deal, dealing with some other stuff in the move. So a lot of my office I packed up. Wasn't thinking about it. I realized, oh, I'm not tearing that all out of the boxes. I'll just do this for now. So, and it makes it easier to mute things while I'm actually sick because I only got the one mute I got to worry about. So, I would imagine it's always, I thought that was last night. That was Rotter too. Here I am yakking my guts out on mute again. And I betcha. No, I've got my links. I got most of them anyway. Nope, but we'll see. We'll see what we get in. I know we won't get Cruz. I think he's got a lot of family down, his kids and that for the summer. So, he's still a little under the weather. And everyone else, except for Vicky in the UK, has gone to bed. Considering it's what 1:30 in the morning there. So how things been going with you guys? I know Eddie, you're on your way. You're starting to acquire some stuff. Um, so on and so forth. Hello, Tina. Saw your little video there. You were throwing your stuff in your tank, and Mousy saying how cold the water felt. Too bad you weren't closer, Eddie. Because my God, I mean, I know it's $2,000, but it's $2,000 for everything. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We got a shot at a house this time around too, so we're going to see how that goes this week. So me and the wife got talking about like what we were thinking, and I said, you know, the 120 is just such a pain to move, and there's a few people expressing interest in my 120, so I'm like, well, you know, you got the quid, I'll even help you move it. Yeah, 150 US, not quite, Eddie, not quite getting there though. Our dollar's dropping against you guys again because of good old Trumpy dump and his tariff stuff. So, yep, there is a hangout. Want me to? I'll send you a direct one because it doesn't. I'll link it. There we go. Hey, Jay, how you doing, buddy?
How we doing today, bro?
I'm all right. Doing all right. Like I said, you know, recovering nicely health-wise, and you know, dealt with the other unpleasantness in my life we had to deal with. We got most of that done too. Dad's hanging in there, so.
Well, I'm glad your dad's hanging in there.
So, you need to email. All righty. I'm sending it.
No, I've got an uncle down in Florida who's passing away. Esophageal cancer.
That's a nasty one too.
Yeah. Yeah, basically what he's doing is starving to death.
Pretty much.
He refuses a feeding tube, so.
But, you know, and that's just it. I was saying to a friend of mine, like, the day that we were heading up to my mother's, we passed by 4 funeral processions. You know, it's like I said to, you know, my buddy's like, you know, I said, people die every day, man. Unfortunately. You know, that's life. That's an unfortunate part of life. So. Oh, yeah, K-Town, I've moved, oh, God, more than I care to mention. We moved to here after setting up the first time. Then from here, we moved downstairs here. So I've done 3 moves of big tanks in that amount of time. And I said, this time I just don't feel like moving a big tank. I'll move the small one. We were laughing about it. Like, we'll probably redo the sand again because we're right there. We'll do it again. But make sure the rock stays live and do the livestock. And the hard part is my wife wants to keep my big clowns, right, that we've had since the beginning. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And she goes, and I want to keep the cardinals. I'm like, that's not quite so easy, right? So, but we may, because I got a lot of filtration in that tank, so I could probably get around it. I'm just worried more about turf.
Yeah.
You know, that becomes an issue because those 2 clowns, if they get it in their head that they want the whole tank, they're going to take the whole tank. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. Got to get a good offer on the tank too, because somebody comes and lowballs me, I'm going to laugh in their face and say, well, go out and buy it new, buddy. See you, bye. Because I'm going to make, you know, $2,000 for the whole setup. The entire thing is a pretty good deal. So, yeah. I'll even tell you how to fix the problems. Ha!
Yeah.
There's not that many problems with it. In fact, there's almost none. But a couple of things I would do if I was moving: fresh sand, possibly scrub the rock before you put it in the tank. Give it a really good once over in a hydrogen peroxide bath, real quick. Let it sit for 10. Rinse it off. Throw it in the tank. But filling that tank, on the other hand, if you don't have an RODI unit and you don't think ahead, that's an issue. And that's where I'm going to bump into a lot of people not really knowing what they're doing. And I have to make a decision. If they don't want the livestock, I'm going to knock 500 off and sell the livestock out separate, because I know people that can take that livestock and will pay what it's worth. So, like I said, 2 minds, right?
K-Town's asking where you at.
Where am I at? K-Town, unless you're close to New Brunswick, Canada, probably not close enough.
No. No. If I was up in New Hampshire still, I'd be driving up to New Brunswick.
It'd be worth it because you could throw it on a truck and basically it you know, as long as you didn't bring the livestock, you're good to go. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is cheap. And it's a good price, too, because I got the tank at a good deal, so I'm being kind of kind. K-Town, you're in BC. Way too far to go for a tank that size.
Yeah. That's
Although
what
this,
everybody at work, was finding out that I'm into, building a tank or a
yeah,
system. And they said, "Oh, I should have. If I had known this a while ago, I just gave away 150. I just gave away 90. I just gave away.
yep,
Gave away."
yep. You hear that all the time. Hear it here too. Um, Usually it's guys like me that we're sitting there and like yourself, you all of a sudden hear about it and you're like, oh, yeah, uh-huh. So the wife wants a 40 breeder. I think that's what she really wants me to do. And if we do get the house, I'm going to do a 40 breeder. I'll move the 20 as it stands and get an extra 20 for, and I'll keep them in there. And it would work. It's a big tank, but it's a reef ready tank too. So, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should just turn this freaking stand into a tank itself. Get some plywood.
I heard the big no. Sounds like my wife. All wives sound the same. No. Trust me.
I gotta go. I'll be right back.
That sounds good. How you doing, Tina?
I'm just gonna mute myself and.
That's fine, buddy. You go right ahead. We don't want to hear his shame. Yeah.
Doing good, bud. What's up?
Not much. I just happened to notice nobody was streaming. I'm like, oh, I'll throw a stream up. All right.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day.
I bet you have. Yeah.
Getting withdrawals here.
Well, some people just are really, really into it, and and I am too. I had to pack a lot of my stuff. We're getting ready. I won my little argument with the company, so we're not leaving until the end of June, like I told you. Haha, know the law.
And
yeah. Hey, what's up, Triple P?
so, had the house that you guys looked at? Did you look into it a little more? Or?
Yeah, we did. We're just waiting on some of the financing options to come through. And
okay.
My dad was down, so we're gonna. Hey, what's going on, Loke? We're now kind of. We're just waiting. Still want to get in and have a good look, but the old man, we're looking at it and going, I bet you, right? Kind of I bet yous about the framing. And I said, I don't think the first floor is going to take a ton and a half of water. Right. And he went, I said, yeah, we'd have to get in and really take a look at it, huh? And if it's covered up, that makes it worse, right? So we're like, So it's going pretty good, Dad. Luke, as it were. Not too bad. It could be worse. So now we're just
could always be worse.
Can always be worse, exactly. So the way we're kind of going is that if we don't get the financing for the house and we do just have to take an apartment, we want to be able to just move. I don't want to deal with the big tank and trying to move that and trying to find a place that way. There's so many other options if we close that off.
Yeah.
And a 40-gallon tank makes it easier too. So even if I got to build a stand for a 40 and I don't have the house, I have places I can do that really quick. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like the old man said, you get the tank, you bring it here, we'll just do it in the garage. No one exactly. Take us all of an hour and a half to sit down, plan it out, build it, have the sitting on 4x4, right? So
yeah.
I can actually build it up the way I want to build it that way, make it look the way I want, and then have it done front to back in a day. Bring it down and move it into wherever and then start it up, right? And drill the tank.
I just found out one of my neighbors across the street, she's into saltwater aquariums.
There you go.
Yeah, I
nice to
will bother her sometime soon.
Yeah. When you say a logo positive, you mean like just for a web design one or for a GIF movable logo, that kind of thing?
Not sure who are you talking?
Positive pyramid programming there, Triple P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's looking for a logo.
Okay, there we go. I just pulled it up.
Just a regular logo.
I got a guy. I know a guy very well who can mess around for you.
Well, my gorgonians and my finger, I guess it's a finger sponge, red finger sponge, should be here next week. And then after I get everything settled in the tank, after that, I'm going to order up my seahorses.
There you go.
I should have them in about 2 weeks' time.
Ooh, excitement. Can't wait to see that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun. Yeah.
The only thing I got a question. I don't know if anybody here knows anything about seahorses. I know there's certain corals that you can't stick in with them, like the stinging ones. Do acans sting?
Acans can.
Okay, well then I'm going to take that one out then.
They can. I don't know if they'd sting a seahorse. That's a really good question. Would they sting a seahorse? I know I've been stung. So if I've been stung, I would say they could. Okay. I can find out. Give me a minute here. I got to. Wow, that quick, folks. That quick about my tank. That quick. Yeah.
What, did somebody buy it?
Somebody wants to buy it already.
Nice. Oh.
Congratulations.
I didn't think it would take long. We'll see how low that goes.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of lights that I'm thinking about getting for my tank. For a 2-pack, it's $131 of the Chinese black boxes.
Positive Pyramid. I have under good authority that no, seahorses do not bite.
No, they do not. No.
I was, but they do kind of growl and hiss at you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what they whinnied.
It's like my smallest poodle. He'll growl, but you can't hear him, but you can feel him. When you pick him up, he'll just do this brrr, and you can feel his body vibrating, but you can't hear him. So that's kind of what a seahorse does when you pick him up out of the bag. I was told by Dan from Seahorse Source that when I go to take him out of the bag, that it'll just kind of vibrate and make this funky little sound. And I'm like, good, I'm glad you told me that, because if it would have done that without me knowing, my reaction would have been drop the seahorse.
Yeah. I'm being attacked. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, they don't bite, which is great for me, because you have to be hands-on with these guys.
Yep.
You can't net them. You can't put them in with a net. You have to take them out of the bag with your hands.
Oh, okay. So, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep. You can't. They don't have scales. They have very, very, very fragile skin. So you have to be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, they make mandarins look good. Mandarins have their own kind of sensitivity. So you got to be careful with a mandarin, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at them too this week, mister. They've got the blue one that I normally see with the pretty stripes and stuff all over it. Well, I think it's like yours. And then they have this one. They have some that are spotted, and the spotted ones seem to be more puppyish. And they're actually eating frozen food at the fish store. I watched them feed them mysis. Well, and I'm like,
Yep. If you've seen them eat mysis, a good one to go for, because now you know that getting them to eat it's a lot easier. Green mandarins, which is the striped one. So there's a green spotted mandarin, a green mandarin, or aka psychedelic mandarin. And then there's a few other variations. There's a red mandarin, which is what ORA was selling. Hey, DM. And Triple P, I have a guy who is, let's see if he's answered back. He has. He's interested. There we go. Quick. So
yeah, they said you can put zoas and mushrooms and gorgonians and stuff like that. You just can't put in euphyllias and torches, that kind of stuff. They will sting. I didn't know if acans do or not, so I did stick one. I've got one that's just got one head on it. I went ahead and stuck it in there, but I can remove it pretty easily if it's going to hurt them.
I don't think so, but I double check with Dan. Dan would know more than anybody what's safe, him or Kelly for that matter. I don't know if acans would sting them, but an acan's capable of trapping food.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kelly really doesn't like to put a whole lot of different stuff in with the seahorses.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be the opposite. I want it as close to nature as possible. Right now I got these man-made plants and crap in there, and I'm already like, no, they're going, because I don't like that. I want them to have the gorgonians and stuff like that to climb on, or hitch to, whatever you want to call it. So we'll save the fake crap for the freshwater tank.
To a degree. I think when I do the wife, if I do one for her, and I think that's what I'm going to talk her into, I am willing to give it a shot for her, we'll do that, and I'll do like a 20-gallon or 30-gallon seahorse tank for some H. erectus there, and let her have her stuff.
Yeah. And see, I've got sand and stuff in there, so I'm going to be putting gobies, algae blenny, that kind of type stuff. Not. It's a special blenny. It's not an algae blenny. It's a somebody had asked a question on one of the seahorse pages, and I can't remember the name of it now. It's a specific, and it's real tiny.
Right.
But it's not like the regular algae blenny that we have. The
lawnmower. Yeah, they can be too aggressive.
Yeah, lawnmower bloodies would be going up there going, ooh, come here.
Yeah, exactly, nipping away. So Triple P, I'm going to put an email address, copy it out, contact this guy, and he'll work with you. So just message him. Let me know when you got it, because I'm going to remove it.
Vicky in K-Town, as far as how big does a seahorse tank need to be? I'm getting the Hippocampus erectus, which are the biggest ones, and they recommend 29 gallons for 2 seahorses. So I'm going to do that for now, but I'm going to be upgrading them a little bit later down the road, putting them in the 50-gallon acrylic that I had, or 55-gallon acrylic, when they get a little bit bigger, because I want them to have a little more room. But because they can get up to a foot long, so anywhere between 8 and 12 inches.
Yep.
In length. So that's from nose to tail. So you can only really, if I go to the 50, then I can put 4 seahorses in there. But for now, I'm going to start with 2.
Yeah, because a lot of people think fish, swimming room. Horses are different in that they don't need a lot of room to move around, but you want to have enough that they don't get territorial.
Yeah, and they like to swim up and down, basically.
Yeah,
they like to swim up and down. They don't like to. Well, they do swim sideways, but I mean, they say the taller the tank, the better. So I'm definitely I'm very excited for this. I'm not worried about it at all.
Good.
I've already looked into upgrading my 50 to drilling it and getting a sump and plumbing it, of course, all by myself.
We made a monster out of you.
You did. See, it's all your fault, man. You holler some bad influences.
Yeah, we are. So
well, I never claimed to be anything other than a bad one.
Yeah, and a bad one. Yeah. No, it's kind of a weird time, exciting time, sucky time, right? So it's like I said, I was saying that like Colby has moved in with his new girlfriend, so he's doing all right, and he doesn't need me to look after him right now, so that's good. That freed up the space that we would need. So we still want the house. Like I literally have seen this house all my life. Not kidding. Right? It was built, I think, in '69. I was born in '71, and I've lived on Ellerdale Street off and on over the course of about 15 years. So that house has always been there. It's got a nice backyard. It's a nice kind of layout. So we'll see. If I get it, I'm going to do a tour. I'm going to do what Jeff did from American Reefing, and I'll take everybody on a little tour of the new house and, where I'm going to set up my tanks and whatnot. So
that'll be cool. I wish my lights were on so I could show you guys my tank, man. I've got some new stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, you do you? I've been really good. My torch, one of my heads is actually, we'll see. I'm not sure what's going on in the 20. I've been keeping an eye on it. But I got Dino. I knew it was coming. So I've been on that and keeping that in order, bubbling away and doing seeding bacteria to try and compete. But what may come, and Craig's thinking about it because I've already got the water filling, is I might do the chemi clean. Because I got a little bit of cyano, and I think what's happened is whatever version of Dino I have, cyano's feeding off the same bacteria, so they're both feeding on this. So what I might do is do a wipeout before I do a move. I'm not really sure yet, because a move might do it for me too. Hard to say, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got in there and did a water change yesterday and scrubbed everything down the walls and the back glass and all that stuff, stirred up the sand, got my bubbling going. I bubbled for about 4 hours yesterday. Got up this morning and everybody was looking all extra happy, and I came home this afternoon and all my euphyllias were the size of softballs. Huge.
Excellent.
How easy is a frog spawn and hammer to keep?
Fairly easy. Low light, mid to high lights are recommended, but mid lights do the job very well. I had one of those Fluval Sea and Reef 2.0 or 1.0, and my euphyllias did great. I'm actually having a harder time this time with them, but like I said, there's other things going on in the tank, so I got a feeling I know what's going on. So it's dealing with bubble algae again. It was on certain frags and that I put in there. The toadstool is now in the 20, by the way, and it's doing better. And the wife just screamed at me that her sound's not working, so I'm going to go fix her sound here in 2 secs, guys, and I might as well take my pills for the evening. So I'll be right back. All right.
I'll go ahead and chat with Eddie about that.
That sounds good.
I have always been hit or miss as far as my euphyllias go. I've always, let's quote, say, had trouble. But I think I found out why I've been having trouble. It was that damn gorilla crab. It had to have been in the old system when I moved it over, because since the gorilla crab has been out, all of my euphyllias are exploding now with growth. All of them. And I never really had that in the other tank. I'm not seeing any more RTN. I'm not seeing any more brown jelly disease. I'm not seeing any of that since we've gotten that crab out of the tank. Okay, everything's doing much better. And I've got a torch. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different frog spawns. And I have a small branching hammer. And now I'm willing to actually go and buy some more hammers, because I've always had trouble with the hammers. Were always the first to go. And I just couldn't figure out why, because my water quality and everything is so good. And or at least what I'm reading and testing for has been good. My nitrates and everything have not been too high. I mean, I've always been about 5, but I know they say that a little bit more nitrates is better in the tank. So I've been feeding my fish a little bit heavier. And now I've gone from 5 and went up to 10. And now I'm up to 20. And then once I got up to 20, I did a water change yesterday. So, because I want them to go a little slower, but I don't want them to get up. I don't want them to get up above 50. I just want to see how things go. But yeah, I mean, now that crab is out of there, the torch coral that I have, it had 5 heads on it, and it killed 3 of them. So I had to cut those off. The 2 remaining are growing just in the last couple of weeks. So they're not being aggravated anymore. So hopefully I'll be able to say in the next couple of months that they're easy. Because right now they seem to be. They're bouncing back.
I just can't wait to get the system up and running.
What size you get?
The tank down there is a 75.
Okay, that's what I have.
The shelf system here. But I think what I'm going to do is put some 2x4s underneath the legs, run them from the back wall to the front.
Okay.
And that might help out with the fact that the floorboards are running that way instead of this way.
Okay, yeah, you want to build. You're wanting to reinforce your floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, good idea. You got floor jacks?
I can get some.
That's what I would use. That's what, when we were looking at doing it on the first floor, we had somebody come in and check the joists in our house. And they just recommended that we either use floor jacks or these new tie things that they've got now that kind of go kitty corner in there. I didn't want to do that. I just said, basement's completely furnished. It's like all concrete floor.
Yeah, I got a crawl space.
So, we used to before we moved into this house.
Yeah.
Michigan basement. Is it like a Michigan basement where it's all dirt?
Yeah, something like that.
Yuck. That's
I
like my.
I lost 10 pounds crawling around there the other day.
Oof. Yeah, I would just floor jacks maybe then.
Hey, American Reefing, how you doing today?
What's up, Ann? Cruz, where's Cruz? I see somebody saying, "Hey, Cruz."
Yep.
Did he sneak in here?
Yeah, he's right underneath American Reefing.
There he is. Got to get my bifocal adjusted.
That's okay. I broke my glasses a long time ago. I need to get a new set.
I need a new set too. These things are scratched up.
Doing all right, American Reefing. Doing all right.
How's that baby doing? Is she crawling around yet?
So I figure I'm going to get some 3/4 inch plywood and some 2x4s. Basically cut the plywood down so that it fits in between the shelves here.
Mm-hmm.
And basically because somebody was saying, this is designed for holding pallets. Well, make it 3/4 inch plywood on top and bottom and make a pallet out of it. And I can make it look good too.
There you go.
And then, because then these things are adjustable, I'll just move them to where I need them.
It looks like a nice space there.
It's a lot more, it's a lot bigger than I really need, but.
Now you can have a sump underneath?
Oh yeah, I'm going to have a sump under there.
Nice.
Basically where the tank's sitting right now. And build a cabinet around the whole thing too.
Oh, that'll be cool. Are you going to do a canopy?
Kind of, sort of. What I'll do is put basically have the tank up near the front so that it's pretty much on this lip right here.
Yeah.
And cut a hole in in a piece of the plywood that I'm going to use as the front. So it's basically all you see is the front glass.
Cool. Now, see, when I got mine, I got mine from an Amish builder for my stand. And now I'm thinking about going back to that Amish builder. At the time, I didn't want a canopy, but I'm thinking now I might.
Yeah, I want all my equipment hidden.
Just so that I can get the lights up out of my way, because I'm to the point now where I'm already tired of pushing the lights back all the time.
Yeah,
Having to get them away. If I have them up in a canopy, then I can, open up the lid or whatever and open up lids. That I don't mind doing. But yeah, mess with them lights all the time. I'm hating that already. I could build one, but then I would have to figure out the color and all that junk. And I'm not going to do that. I'll just go back to the same builder.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have Amish builders out here.
Yeah, the thing is the canopy is going to cost me as much as the stand did. I'm like, geez, it's smaller, so I don't understand why it would cost as much, but
Hell, it was, one of the great, as you know, I like to say one of the great things about living in this freaking state is the fact I can pick up the rock I need for the tank. And today, as a matter of fact, I was out with the wife and kids. We're going out having a good old time at Antelope Island, and I looked down and there's a freaking basically a chunk of plate coral on the ground that I picked up and put in the back of the car.
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I take it you live near an ocean?
A dead ocean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Great Salt Lake.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if it was up to me, it would be up back east, up in New Hampshire somewhere. But now I'm stuck in Utah.
Oh, my daughter is one of my twins is getting married in August, and in 5 days, she's gonna be moving far, far away. And she's moving to Wyoming because that's where her fiance is stationed.
Okay.
In the Navy, or Air Force. I keep saying Navy. I don't know why I say that. It's Air Force. And so this is the first time I've ever been away from one of my children. And to be that far away, I'm a little. My husband's like, "You'll be all right." I'm like, "I don't care."
Let's see. The furthest I've ever been away from my parents. My parents were up in New Hampshire. I was in the Persian Gulf.
Wow.
Or
well, I hope. I'm sure he'll get deployed somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet.
But don't worry, he's Air Force. They'll keep him nice and safe in a nice, air-conditioned hotel room.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not with what he does. Without saying too much, I can't say what he does.
I understand. But it'll be you'll have fun writing to your daughter, and also you got this thing here you can talk with her at.
Probably be FaceTiming each other. They're teaching us how to do the FaceTiming thing on the computer.
Yeah, I had to teach my father how to do that.
Like, I can figure it out on Facebook. You just hit the phone and boom, there you are. It's a video chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's going to be driving. She'll leave on the 7th to go. And his mom and her best friend are driving the truck with all the stuff for their new home down. And then Kristana's going to just drive herself. I wish I could go, but with Mark, I can't. Or I'd be hopping right in that car and driving with her just to make sure, she got there safe, because that's the mama thing to do. But with Mark,
sometimes you just got to let go, mama.
Oh, I know. She'll be back in August anyway. She's got to get married. She's got an identical twin who's having a hard time with it too. So, and a baby sister. So my husband's the only one saying cut the cord. The rest of us are just like, why?
Yeah. I'll admit, I've always been a mama's boy. Now here I am stuck in Utah. My mom's up in New Hampshire.
I'm sure do you get to visit her very often?
I got to see her 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I call her from time to time, but it's not the same.
Any brother? Are you the only child, or?
No, I have an older sister. She lives up that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better that she's up there and I'm down here. Yeah.
K-Town Reefer's asking me, why don't I live stream? Because YouTube doesn't allow me to. I've tried to start up live streams and it tells me I don't have some sort of relationship with them. So I have no idea.
Huh.
Somebody will have to help me figure that out, because I would like to do that one day.
Well, the reason I don't live stream is because, nobody wants to talk to me.
I was going to say, because I'm boring, that's why. Nobody wants to sit around and watch me work on dolls and stuff.
Hey, believe it or not, there's a niche for that.
Oh my goodness.
I tried live streaming the other day, and nobody came on until like 20 minutes into it. And I started playing a game, live streaming it, and well, my computer's not powerful enough to stream and game at the same time, apparently.
Aw. Yeah, K-Town's right. We would talk to you, Eddie, if you started up a live stream.
Yeah, then now the next thing I have to do is figure out how to get the Google Hangouts to work.
Yeah, see, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'd have to have Craig. Craig is my nighttime teacher. He would have to show me how to do all that.
Hey, K-Town, you didn't have to subscribe. I'm embarrassed now.
Don't be embarrassed. Whatever. I made a few videos. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with doing those. I still don't like the way I can't edit them or anything like that. I'm not real good at that. That's not where my my artistic talent lies.
Triple P there. You got something going for you. I don't have that that ability.
I was just thinking about that when she said it. I'm like, huh. Apparently she's never seen Twitch.
Yeah.
You go over there and it's just like there's this big controversy now because a girl named Alinity up here in Canada was bitching about PewDiePie. There we go. Yeah, that's more than allowed. Anyway, it was just funny because she's with something called Collab DRM. And basically, they are you've used me in your videos, now your video's money goes to that person, right? And it's not always legitimate. You have to fight them every time they do that kind of thing. No, we don't have to worry about it. We're kind of small potatoes. It's mostly gamers that are doing it, or what they call Twitch thoughts. And if you need to look up what thoughts means, THOT, go look it up. I'm not saying it on, well, that hoe over there. Yeah. Anyway, so that goes on a lot there. Really kind of pointless, right? Hey, Deathmage, how you doing? So,
hey, Mage.
Hey, Deathmage.
I guess what we're saying is that, have fun. You know what I mean? Positive, whatever works and gets them coming to, whatever milkshake brings the boys to the yard. As long as people are taking you seriously otherwise, which 90% of them will. I don't think I quite have that problem. Not beautiful enough.
No, but you have a great voice, Craig, and you are definitely made for live streaming. Me, no. The Twitch community of men just pissed.
Yeah. Oh, why? Because I called the.
Triple P. You can once you get monetized, you can always say only if you don't super chat a certain amount.
Oh, yeah. See, mate, just saying the same thing. Twitch is definitely too many young men with way too much free time, and their hands are far too busy. So, just saying. Yeah. Nope. Nothing wrong with what you're saying. Oh, I love how Google, frickin' YouTube, and the rules are getting worse too. So you're going to see a lot of streamers disappear from YouTube. There's just going to become, there's another platform that's going to come up. They're getting to, we're going to become a TV station. That's exactly what they're becoming.
Yeah.
So, with YouTube Red and the other things they got going on.
YouTube TV.
Nope. Positive, if you actually got into my Hangout tonight, I'd be just rapping on you constantly, right? Just because I'm that kind of person. My wife asked me the other day, would it improve your videos if I showed my cleavage? And I went, oh, yeah. I'd have guys go and get the mermaid back on. Yeah. Now my wife's all a 4'10" and built like a brick shit house, so what she likes to say. That girl scares me. Anyway.
I'm telling her.
Oh, she knows.
Oh my goodness.
You know what though? If you know that's coming positive, you can just play to that. Right? Deathmatch probably does kind of the same thing. Oh yeah, baby, yeah. Go away now. We're talking about this. Yeah. So that's what Nightbot's for. I don't know if, yeah, whatever. I played in a rock band, so it's kind of weird when you have the other sex yelling it at you, and you're like, what? No. So I just stopped doing it. Now, see, this is what I was warning Rodertube about, and he was like, we started talking about ghosts and everything. Yeah, see, the thing is, you talk about fish, you wander off. You come back, you talk about fish, you wander off.
Yeah.
You talk about fish, you wander off. That's the way it works.
Yeah. He's now wanting to set up a paranormal channel.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I said I volunteer to be his resident skeptic.
Yeah.
You can skepticize all you want.
Yes, made me think all kinds of silly shit I would do. Wait, there's one in the hall, and I'd have the wife underneath the sheet going, ooh, see, look, proof right there, shit like that. I'm just, I can spook anyone. I used to actually have a lot of fun in my 20s with, we're walking by a graveyard, you got to hop twice and then twist once. And then, I get this and it's like, oh, I'm all frightened now. And it's like, really? You want to go to bed? And then they'd look at you funny and it's like, do you think any guy ever believed in this shit up front? I said, there's only one reason a guy believes in this crap. I'm telling you right now.
You saw something. When I was a kid, about the age of 13, I just got done reading a bunch of zombie novels, and it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And I look out the window, and the house I lived in, the backyard was butted right up against the cemetery. And I look in the backyard, and I see somebody shambling down the freaking cemetery road.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Yep. Yeah. You go into my favorite was there was this old house in Toronto when we were in our teens, early teens. And of course, the guys are only thinking about one thing, and the girls are thinking how they want to date them, but not do the one thing. That's perfectly fine. And it was really, really, yeah. And I hear that too. And my wife's like, oh, maybe our house is haunted. And I just sort of stop and like put the flashlight under my face. Get out, run away, leave now, please. Yeah. So at least it's a polite ghost. That's a Canadian ghost, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a few things happen. My entire life, I used to try to push that stuff away. And the day my brother-in-law, Randy, died, I knew the second it happened. And I knew how he died. And I don't know how I did it, but I called the police, and they ended up sending me to the person that was taking him out of the car. And for weeks after, you know he's there. You can feel his presence at Mom's house. And then Mom fell and broke her hip and got cancer while I was busy dealing with her. And my girls kept trying to tell me, Mom, Uncle Randy's trying to tell us something, this, that, and the other. And I just kept telling them to shut the hell up. I didn't want to hear it. I was pushing it away. I finally got mad enough and said, you guys need to knock it off. He's not fucking here. Excuse my language. He is not here. As soon as I said that, a pop bottle from 20 feet across the room come up and whacked me upside the back of my head. And I hear Randy in my ear saying, I am here. Not only that, but you can hear going up and down the stairs.
Some counseling there.
What was that?
Sounded like Randy needed some counseling there.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's he was one of the I think what happened is he had a heart attack when he was driving, and because he died on impact. he was one of the most amazing big brothers that, I mean, it's my husband's brother, but he was an amazing person, just like Jerry's dad. And they're both there watching over Mom, both of them. And it's, at times you can hear them, at times you can't, but you know they're there. But yeah, Randy, it didn't like hit me hard, but he lets me know that he's there. But it was just funny. It was like, wow, right upside the back of my head, I am here. And then there's been another time where something happened and you could hear him laugh behind you and be like, I told you so. He's like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? So now if we go in the house and you know they're there, acknowledge the fact that they're there and they don't mess. You know what I mean? They don't play the little games, or I don't think that they're there trying to scare us, but they're letting us know that they're there.
Now, when I go, I'm more than likely going to become a poltergeist. I'll admit it, because I like messing with people.
Now, see, not Mark, but Randy was a jokester too. But like I said, he's just a big softy at heart. He was 42 when he died, and like I said, he had a massive heart attack, and that was dead before impact, from what they said.
Hey, K-Town. Yes, you can, because basically the supernatural, like ghosts and everything else, is what believing in God is about.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely believe in God, mister. And there's a reason why these people are still here. Some of them, I believe, are left here because they still have a job, that their work on earth is not finished.
Like
When
cleaning
it
my
comes to
tank.
stuff like that. Whatever.
And here's the thing, and you guys have heard me say that before. I'm a firm believer, and you can believe in whatever you want, right? I'm not here to judge anybody. I don't, except for flat earthers. They get on my fucking nerves, but that's besides the point.
I was raised up that every time I was raised up, literally had the hell beat out of me because one parent decided that I had the devil in me because I would see spirits or see ghosts or whatever you want to say. I would literally get the hell beat out of me for a long time. I kept that shit smashed down.
Yeah.
Checkmate. The earth is square.
And so it's like once I grew up and I started going to church and started realizing that there's many different ways that spirits can take form. I'm sorry, but that's just, no. You can't tell me that there is a heaven, there is a hell, there's a God, there's a Satan, but there's also angels on this earth. And they come on all shapes and forms.
Yeah.
I'm not the ghost whisperer or anything, but I'm kind of like that.
I got called a flat earther one time. I've never been so insulted in my life.
Yeah. No, there's certain things, and when you try to talk to people or have the minute that a believer talks to what you would call, I guess they call us skeptics now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not a skeptic. I know what scientifically is possible. I'm skeptical of your whatever. Insert X. And it isn't that I'm going to make fun of it, but the problem is there's enough that instead of saying, okay, well, you can believe what you want to believe. You are a free and powerful human being that can believe whatever you want. Some people just can't do that for whatever reason. They got to feel they got to be right, and they got to prove to you they're right. And it's like, apparently you've never heard of Jonestown, buddy.
No, I was going to say, and that's okay too, because a lot of people don't have that gift, and if they don't have it, they haven't seen it, they haven't been through it, they don't understand. So it's just like I wouldn't tell anybody else or try to shove it down their throat that, you know, hey, your grandmother's standing behind you and she wants me to tell you this.
I hate mediums.
Mediums
you know,
and all that. Gets a lot
Let me
of money.
correct myself. I hate TV mediums.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like TV magic, Penn and Teller. I used to love it when they said that. TV magic, look, the building disappeared, and it disappears while they're standing there, right? And then all of a sudden it's back. Look at that, right? And it's like, it was magic. You know, like, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, the way to look at it is that if you're making fun of somebody for believing something, as long as what they believe in is not dangerous, you know what I mean? Then there's no problem. You know what I mean? Now, when you believe in somebody like look up Jonestown. That's when it's dangerous. Look up the Reverend Mooney. That's when it's dangerous. Okay, when you reach a cult status, and people are going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
David Koresh of Waco, Texas.
Yeah, you know, no matter which one you look at, you can see the ones that are dangerous, right? If you want to believe that monkeys fly out of your butt and you fart flowers, you go right ahead. You know what I mean? You're not hurting anybody, right? If you even want to be a fart sniffer, and that's your religion, you know what I mean? You go right ahead, right? But if you sit there and try to tell me the earth is flat and I can prove to you in 20 seconds that it's not, you know what I mean? Then you've reached a whole new level of crap. Okay? You know, look up Stephen Hawking versus flat earther. Stephen Hawking. Okay, and all he does is have a helicopter fly over to the other side of the lake and land, and it disappears. And he goes, "Where did it go?"
Yeah.
If the Earth is flat, there's no way that would disappear ever. It's not behind a hill; it's on the beach, right? So they took a drone and flew the drone across the the lake, right? It all appears flat until all of a sudden, oh my God, look, there's a helicopter sitting there. You know what I mean? Like, sorry guys, the earth is round, get the hell over yourself. Or it's a taco, or it's a square, or whatever, but it's definitely not flat. Yeah.
And just look at the boats going out to sea.
Yep.
They don't fall off the earth. They keep on sailing.
Oh, I don't know if I respect them. I think I just don't get into it with them. Yeah. You know, I can respect religion. It's going somewhere. I don't like fundamental religions. Any fundamentalist religion, I think, is dangerous. It starts to fall towards the other end there we were just talking about. But other than that, you want to get up, sit down, kneel, get up, sit down, say a hymn, get up, sit down, kneel. That's up to you.
And that sounds like Episcopalians right there.
You know, whichever one you want. Insert X, like I said, and that's fine. Again, as long as it isn't hurting someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You believe whatever the hell you want. So.
Exactly.
No, and the other problem is a flat Earth, all the cats would have knocked everything off.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
You know they would have. So, but yeah, it's like anything else. It's you know what? It's funny. I can even bring that into our hobby. There are people who believe things to do with the reef tank that is correct, right? And in the 20 years since that, it's already been proven that no, you probably should be doing this, but they won't stop doing what they're doing. And I guess as long as it's not hurting their tank, who are we to judge?
It's like Rotter Tube keeps bringing up about garlic and was it ick?
Garlic and ick, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the only way it seems to help, from what I'm seeing, is it's causing the fish to eat more, which makes them healthier.
Correct.
But it doesn't cure it. It helps them. It just
supports them through it. Yep. I got the buddy who had ick here that was dealing with it before my mother died. It's gone away, and he's like, he swears it's seasonal now. Swears. Because he can track with what's happened with his tank by the time of year. And I just sort of, okay, because I'm not there to debate the scientific side of it with him, because he's not. He's now gone to his anecdotal observation, and he figures that's got to be correct. I'll see ick again next spring, and he very well could.
But my house always smells of garlic. I have a dog named Garlic. My wife loves garlic.
Yeah, well, so do we. Don't even get me started. I don't even know what to call
We
myself.
were Italian by how much the house smells of
I was
garlic.
just going to say I must be Italian because, man, I eat garlic. And then I went, no, my lineage tracks. I must be one of those Vikings who went too far south. That's what I figure, you know. But it's like, the wife said to me, she goes, we buy the minced garlic from Costco. We have garlic cloves, like garlic, right? We, if I have a way to put garlic in something, I put garlic in my eggs.
Yeah.
You know, why? Because it tastes good, right?
It tastes good.
You know.
Garlic and mac and cheese.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And garlic is a known, it helps with your, now I think it's because in humans it's been proven to help with the immune system, right? So they're thinking it must do the same thing in fish. Totally different biological system, but okay, whatever. As long as you're not hurting the fish. And that's
Right.
where you got to watch out how much you use because garlic can hurt fish. It actually stays in their liver. They don't process it like we do. Right? So there is a limit to how much you're putting in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the garlic eat weird food, positive. Come on. I lived over in Germany. I've been to France, man. Anybody that's willing to take a dirty ass snail out or frogs and eat them.
I've tried frog legs one time.
Yeah. Tastes like chicken.
No, tastes like mud.
I
I don't like frog legs.
My mother liked escargot, and I'm like,
I
no.
have never had escargot. I'm willing to try it though.
Yeah. And she liked calamari. So I said to her, you like rubbery food? Is that what you like? Yeah.
I do like calamari.
Yeah. So there you go. French Canadian. Yeah. No. So am I. There you go. Well, French Canadian. Here, I'll make you feel good then, K-Town. I tell you now that I'm going to go down to the river and I'm going to get some periwinkles and we're going to eat them. Yeah. So just saying. French Canadians not like Benoit.
Just made me think of Savoir Faire from the old cartoons.
That's what they were doing was French Canadian accent, right?
Yeah.
Blackjack
Savoir
Shellac.
Faire is everywhere.
Yeah, remember Blackjack Shellac off Looney
Yeah.
Tunes? Yeah.
It's, you think we have ADD or something.
We do. I think every reefer does. I think it's like I paid attention. I paid it. Okay, ooh, squirrel. So, yeah.
Well, as somebody who was diagnosed when I was a child.
What was it? Remember on basketball? We need a sport for today's kids whose attention spans can be measured in nanoseconds. Well, I don't know about that. And it shows his buddy standing there staring at a leaf on a tree going, with a bird whistling going and just blinking at it. Like, if you can watch a movie and you like funny, especially gross out humor, watch basketball. Yeah.
I am tempted. I've never seen it. I am tempted to see it, though.
Oh, we know how Doug Raymer cares about kids. No, you got to trust me, man. Watch it. You'll get a kick out of it.
Well,
the Psychos are the best.
From South Park, so.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys are just my kind of humor. Yeah. I am French, Russian. Yeah, I'm Russian, Scottish, and Slavic descent with a bit of English.
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian, yeah.
English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Iberian, and Greek.
Like my favorite part of Thor Ragnarok is the scene where once the immigrant song started and he's coming in hot, with the lightning shooting out of him. Yep, all about that. Yeah. If you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend Thor Ragnarok.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Actually, anytime the immigrant song comes on, I usually get juiced up and it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
So
I understand.
You too, Vicky. Take care. I'm going to cut it off soon anyway. It's 10:30 here, and the wife's kind of getting all nickety-nick. It's like, you need to fix this. You need to do this. And we got to go to bed. And you got to get up in the morning. And I'm like, maybe. I'll just play sick. Yeah. No, I can't get away with it much anymore. She knows I still got the cough, but it's going away slowly. The antibiotics are working. Yeah. No, what else did I watch recently? I watched Black Panther. It was okay. I don't know. I don't know. There was something missing as far as a Marvel movie went for me. It was really good, but there was just I think the story just left me a little flat. I wish it was a little more involved in other history parts of it, but it was good, I guess. I don't know. I saw Infinity Wars. I think, in all honesty, that was Black Panther was used as a setup for that when it should have been a much more standalone movie, I think. And it would have been better, even better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But we'll see. They're planning on another one, so hopefully they keep going with it and make it better. So we'll see. But Infinity Wars is good if you want to see that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, I've got the Wonder Woman movie sitting in my collection here, and I haven't even watched that yet. So.
Oh, get to it. DC though.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I've never been a very big DC fan.
Never was.
And I'll tell you, my favorite character of Marvel is Nightcrawler.
Oh, Kurt Wagner, huh?
Yeah.
You're a big X-Men fan? Yeah. Yeah. Maze, they used to have a cartoon. Which one? Mage, sorry? I'm just trying to catch which one you're talking about, because Wonder Woman I did like, so.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie.
Trying to think what else I watched recently that I really, really liked. I liked Mute. That's a movie on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. Black Panther, yeah, they should have, and they didn't. But, you know, although we can all agree that the new Han Solo movie sucks complete and utter balls.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm not.
And Last Jedi, I was not a fan of.
To Lucas Films. That's going to earn me some hate right there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Wagner, Nightcrawler was married to Storm, wasn't he?
I must have missed that one.
And isn't Mystique
Rogue's mother?
Rogue's mother and someone else too. I don't remember. Hey, it's been a long time since I love the cartoons.
Yeah, she had quite a few kids actually.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's a lot. I think she's a lot older than you realize.
Oh, Black Panther was married to Storm. Okay. Oh, there you go. That'd be a wicked kid. Yeah. Not a big fan of the new movies for X-Men. They're just pissing that away. We'll see how that goes. But no. But anyway, guys, do got to go. Sorry. No, I can get drawn in by that stuff. Anytime, guys. I'm going to try to get a little more regular here with getting on. So
eat more fiber.
More fiber. No. I'll just eat some nori. We're all good.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys and gals. You guys have a great night. Later, taters, and take care. All right.
All right. Peace out.
Good night, everyone.